Most people dream about wealth, but very few ever cross that invisible line. Today, I'll reveal 5 hard truths that separate the rich from the poor. And once you hear them, you'll never look at money or yourself the same way again. If you're serious about breaking free from the paycheck to paycheck cycle, if you want to design a life where money works for you instead of you working for it, then listen closely. Because financial freedom doesn't start with your bank account, it starts with your mindset. And today, I'll expose the mental shifts that the rich live by, while the middle class keeps ignoring them. Truth number 1, the rich think in decades, not days. Here's the first uncomfortable truth. Most people are stuck in short-term thinking. They chase the weekend, the next paycheck, or a quick dopamine hit from shopping. The wealthy, they stretch time. They think in decades, sometimes even in generations. Amancio Ortega, the founder of Zara, is a perfect example. He spent years quietly perfecting supply chains, reinvesting almost every euro back into the business, while others around him looked for quick profit. That patience compounded into billions. But it's not just billionaires. Think of the young entrepreneur who invests $500 every single month, starting at age 20. By 30, it looks small. By 40, it feels steady. But by 50, they've built financial independence while their friends scramble to pay mortgages. Middle-class minds ask, how can I get rich fast? Wealthy minds ask, how can I make decisions today that will look brilliant in 20 years? A practical way to shift this. Stop asking what something will give you right now. Ask what it will give you in 10 years. That's how you decide whether to party this weekend or build the skill that could pay you forever. That's how you decide whether to buy another car you don't need or invest in an asset that appreciates while you sleep. Truth number 2, poor minds focus on problems, rich minds focus on possibilities. When a problem hits, most people shut down. They tell themselves it's unfair, that the system is broken, that they're unlucky. The wealthy, they reframe instantly. They ask, where's the opportunity? Sam Zell, a real estate tycoon, did exactly that in the 2008 crash. While panic was everywhere, he saw discounted assets and moved aggressively. Where average people saw only crisis, he saw possibility. That single perspective created fortunes. But you don't need a global recession to prove this. Imagine you're a freelancer, and a client suddenly cancels a contract. The poor mindset says, I lost income, this is terrible. The wealthy mindset says, this frees up time to land 2 better clients. This forces me to diversify my services. This might push me to finally build that scalable product. Here's a practical exercise. The next time you're hit with a problem, write down 3 ways it could actually benefit you. Train your brain to see possibilities where others freeze, because in every breakdown, there's a hidden breakthrough waiting for someone bold enough to look for it. Truth number 3, the rich obsess over leverage, not effort. This one might sting. Society glorifies hard work. Wake up at 5 a.m., hustle until midnight, grind. But effort alone doesn't create wealth. Leverage does. N.R. Narayana Murthy, who built Infosys into a global powerhouse, didn't try to outwork everyone else. He built teams, systems, and technology that multiplied his output. That's leverage. Think of leverage as multiplying your effort without multiplying your time. The poor rely only on their own hands. The middle class relies on their job. But the wealthy, they use other people's time, other people's money, and scalable platforms like media, technology, and ownership. Ask yourself, are you building something that works only when you show up? Or are you creating something that grows even when you sleep? A simple example. You can spend 5 hours explaining the same thing to different people. Or you can record a video once and let it reach millions. That's leverage. You can spend 30 years working for a company, or you can own equity in a business and let others build with you. If your income stops the moment you stop, you're trapped. True freedom begins when you create systems, assets, or platforms that continue producing without your constant presence. Truth number 4, they guard their environment like Fort Knox. Here's a brutal fact. Your environment will make or break you. If your friends laugh at your goals, you'll eventually stop believing in them yourself. If your family constantly complains about money, it's almost impossible to break free without actively protecting your mindset. I once had coffee with a founder who had sold his company for over $100 million. He told me something that stuck. I filter people like I filter investments. I don't let negativity compound. That single philosophy helped him avoid toxic business partners, doubters, and energy vampires who could have dragged him down. We underestimate how much our circle shapes us. Spend time around ambitious, curious, optimistic people, and you'll rise by default. Spend time around gossip, excuses, and comfort, and you'll shrink without realizing it. A practical way to apply this: audit your environment. Write down the 5 people you spend the most time with. Ask yourself honestly, do they expand my vision or do they limit it? Then take small steps to shift your environment. Join groups where ambition is normal. Cut back time with complainers. Curate your inputs, books, podcasts, videos, until your environment becomes fuel instead of friction. Truth number 5, wealthy minds value identity over willpower. Most people try to change their lives with willpower. They say, I'll try to save more, or I'll try to wake up earlier. But the rich don't depend on willpower. They upgrade their identity. Ingvar Kamprad, the founder of IKEA, didn't just decide to be frugal once in a while. His identity was frugality. That's why he still flew economy, even when he was a billionaire. He didn't need willpower to say no to excess. It simply wasn't who he was. Here's the secret. Willpower runs out. Identity endures. If your identity is I'm an investor, you'll naturally act like one. You'll look for opportunities. You'll treat money differently. You won't need to force yourself. It becomes automatic. Try this. Instead of saying, I want to try investing, say, I am an investor. Instead of saying, I'll try to be disciplined, say, I am disciplined. Your brain will work overtime to align your behavior with that new identity. The middle class tries to do wealthy things. The rich become the kind of person who naturally does them. That shift changes everything. So here's the bottom line. The gap between rich and poor isn't money, it's mindset. Think in decades, hunt for possibilities, use leverage, protect your circle, and shift your identity. Do that consistently, and financial freedom won't just be a dream, it'll be your reality. If this video sparked something inside you, smash that like button, subscribe to Nova Wealth, and share this with a friend who needs to hear the truth. Because the moment your mindset changes, your entire life changes.